All right. Okay. I want to show you this demo for sure. I'm going to take still another 30 seconds because I think it may be useful to understand what we are looking at and then look at it. So really, we are trying to look at user making a request, right? Today, we have to go in Salesforce and do all this. And we are trying to look at how can you do this pretty much by any channel, right? Specifically today, we are going to look at a GPT-5 bot, which is embedded inside Salesforce. So this is 100% Salesforce native and all that good stuff. And what it's doing is it's going to interact with some AI prompts that we have written for CPQ. So it is going against native Salesforce CPQ, formerly Steelbrick, but basically it could be anything else. Again, GPT-5 is an app exchange app, so it's Salesforce native. Everything is happening inside Salesforce, 100% on platform. The only addition to this is that it is using an AI model. In this case, it's using OpenAI running on Microsoft Azure, but it could be any model. And those are typically your AI models, right? So it is completely your infrastructure. We don't have a data center and any of that stuff for our customers in the real world outside of demos. And the final portion of this is, this whole thing is now interacting with your Salesforce CPQ or Revenue Cloud or whatever other things you have. So essentially, we have an agentic interface. When I'm typing, it's going through that. AI is making the determination of what specific AI prompts to call, which are written inside GPT-5. Those prompts in turn are invoking CPQ APIs and doing all of the stuff that we talked about. So that's pretty much it. Enough with the slides. Let's get on with the real thing here. Oh, good. Right on time. So 10 minutes. Okay. So I have a bunch of products here, as you can see, right? I have some sample products. These are just mocked up products. And we're going to try out two scenarios, right? We'll create a code. We will add a simple product, which has no configuration, just a basic product. We'll add that. And then what we will do is we will try to add a bundle. And this product has some mandatory, some non-mandatory options. And what we are trying to see is how well can we interrogate the bundle? Can we present it? Can the user do pretty much what they would have done normally with a code? So let's get on with it. I am on an opportunity. I'm going to pull up our thing here. Hold on. Let me just get my Zoom window out of the way here. Bear with me, sir and ma'am. All right. So I have an assistant here. I'm going to just start a new thread, right? So this is just an AI assistant, very similar to Agentforce and all of these other capabilities that are coming out. This is GPT-5's version. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy paste in the interest of time here. And I'm deliberately going to slip up on a few things because I want you to see how it's doing it. So I'm just saying, hey, create a quote with 24 months term, right? I'm just saying that. And what it'll do is it'll now create a quote for me and it'll navigate me to that quote. And that is what we are expecting. But oops, it's like, wait, I can't create a quote. You did not specify a price book. That is by design. I wanted you to see that these business rules, they need to get addressed. And this is one of the challenge I find with solutions which are just thinking of applications like Salesforce as a CRUD access, right? Just give me a read-write access and do this outside, which may work if you are able to honor the metadata, the business rules, all this. So in this case, I'm just going to ask it to use standard price. And so now it's created a quote. It's navigated me to that quote. As you can see here, click this off. This is my quote. It has no line item, right? Just a really simple thing, took me a couple of seconds and we were able to do this. Now I'm going to go and just add a simple product. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, add this product to this quote, right? And again, like I said, this could be any channel. You could do it with telephony. You could do it with anything else. Next time we'll do a demo where somebody just talks to an AI and does that. So anyway, I did this. It said that it added it. So if I go here on this quote line, you can see that it added. That's fine. Great. We did something. But let's try the complex product. And this is where it gets interesting. Let me go pick a complex product here. And so what you will see now is this product, DataGuard Cyber Recovery Suite. This is a complex product. This is a bundle. Shit, anything you want to add before I go into this?
No, I think this makes sense, Saurabh. I think there's a question on chat around, could you have created 3 quotes in one prompt? And the answer is yes. There's a lot that you can do here.
True. And dive a little bit more into the architecture. The beauty of this approach is It is highly configurable. It's a combination of declarative stuff you can do with GPT-5 and some programmatic, depending on what kind of API interaction we are doing. So you have a lot of options. So let me just do this, right? So I tried to add this. Now what's happening is internally, AI called this method and we realized that this is a, right? So it is actually starting to look at this and saying, hey, this thing has a bunch of different options. You can pick at least one of them. I can pick this one, and there's optional. You may or may not want to pick one. I'm just going to pick one here. And I'm going to click on this configure bundle. And at this point, it's basically associated those two. So if I go back on my little quote line item here, what you start to see is you're seeing this product, the bundle, and then you're seeing the two bundle options, and then you're seeing the simple product that we added earlier. So this is what you're seeing. If I go into my, I'll just get this thing out of my way. If I go into my CPQ, what you will see is that it has not just blindly added them, but it realizes that these are options for this particular bundle, and it is associating with them. You have the opportunity to, again, make this as sophisticated or as simple as your business or your customer's business needs it to be. One other thing that I find interesting is that we are just doing a pretty simple demo, but the fact that we are giving all of these things to a chatbot means that if I go back here across the channels, you now have the ability to do it with Einstein bot. So you could have this on your website if you are in that B2C type space. You could also extend this to your partners if it makes it easier for them. And you have then the ability to look at who's accessing and trying to do this, and you can make it geography specific, line of business specific, partner versus internal employee specific. So you have a lot of options to do things like that. With that said, I'm going to turn it over to Nish and see, Nish, if you want to talk about something here before we go